This is the fable of the belly. Once upon a time, there lived a woman. This woman was in perfect health. She had good energy, her eyes were bright, and her spirits were always high. She put her health down to a combination of factors. She had good friends. She exercised every day. And she ate extremely well. Her eyes functioned perfectly. Her hands functioned perfectly. Her mouth functioned perfectly. Her gut functioned perfectly. And her belly functioned perfectly. But one day, her eyes, her hands, her mouth, and her gut noticed something. They noticed that they did all the work, and they, and only they, fed the woman food. Her eyes saw the food. Her hands gathered the food. Her mouth chewed the food. Her gut swallowed the food. And all the belly did was receive the food. The eyes, the hands, the mouth, and the gut got together and formed a plan. They decided that the belly was lazy. It did none of the work, and all it did was sit there while they fed it. They would go on strike. The eyes decided they would not look for food anymore. The hands decided they would not gather food anymore. The mouth decided it would not chew food anymore. And the gut decided it would not swallow food anymore. Soon, the belly noticed that it was not being fed and began to grumble. But the other body parts remained steadfast and continued their strike action. After all, it was not fair that they did all the work and the belly received the food, they reasoned. But soon, not only the belly started to feel weak, but all the body parts started to feel weak. The eyes couldn't focus properly for any length of time. The hands had lost their strength and could hardly grasp anything. The mouth had dried up and was unable to speak. And the gut began to feel starved and lost its swallowing reflex. It was then that all the body parts began to realize, if they excluded one of the team from the whole process, they would all suffer. It wasn't that the belly was being lazy and simply receiving food. It was playing a vital role in absorbing the nutrients and giving strength to everything else. Just in the nick of time, they decided that they would combine their talents once again and become a team. Because they realized they each had different strengths and talents, and if they didn't all work together, the body would go to pieces.